Hey y'all, it's me, Valerie, and I would like to welcome y'all back to my yarn room. Okay, today we are going to learn how to put a border around our hexagon. Now, I have chosen to put all my borders in white because I'm going to join them together in white. I think the white makes the different colors just pop. You'll notice all that white just makes those different colors just pop. And again, I have not sewed in any of my ends because, well, I find that job to be very tedious and I don't really like it, so I usually save that until the end. Because then I want the project done and I sew them in fast so I can get it done. Okay, so we're going to do the full hexagon and the half hexagon because there's just a tiny bit of difference between them, but not much, trust me. Like I said before, if I can do this, you can do this, no problem. You will need your hexagon, your crochet hook, your yarn, and a pair of scissors. So, I just had the end of my yarn and lost it. I don't know what I did with the end. Oh goodness, this is not my day. There we go. I found it again. Okay, we're going to start off with slip knot. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it because I've got a video on that. So we're just going to do it real fast. There we go. Pull my yarn up, tighten that hook, that slip knot, but not too tight. Okay, I like to start at the tail where I left off, but not on it. I like to start over here on the end. Okay, so in my first double crochet here in the corner to the right hand side of where I left off on my tail there, I'm going to insert my hook, grab my working yarn, pull my loop through, and I'm going to do a slip knot. Okay, then I'm going to go and I'm going to get that tail of the white and I'm going to bring it over. That way I'm working over that tail. Okay, I'm going to go back in the same hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. That gives me a single crochet. Now I'm going to do 4 more single crochets before I get to the tail. Working over that white tail. And I don't want this to be too tight because if it's tight, it's going to bunch up on you and it won't lay flat. But don't make it too loose because then it'll just be saggy. And we don't want that. We want it kind of like Goldilocks. Just right. Okay, I've got my 5, so I'm going to drop the white tail and I'm going to pick up the blue tail. Okay, now here it looks like you've got 2 stitches before your tail and after your tail, but you don't. You only got 1. This is where we slip stitched it together, so I like to go into the one just after it, and if you pull that just a little bit, it'll open up for you. Okay, so I'm going to pull a loop through, pull that tail over, because we're going to work over that blue one now. There's one. And then the next one is right here. Just look at the previous stitch and go right up above it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to drop that blue tail. And because we know we have 13 on that last row, excuse me, on each side, each of the 6 sides, we know we just did 10. Well, we've got 3 left. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Now we're at the corner. We've got 2 chains in that corner. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in that corner. Now, when we get back over here, pull it apart. You'll see that secret stitch. Do not forget that. Your count will be off. That counts as your first. So 1. My yarn wanted to bunch up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I must have done it right because I got the right amount of stitches. Okay, y'all keep going around and I will meet you back over here at the last chain 2 space before we slip stitch it together. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I have made my border going all the way around my hexagon. Now, I'm going to show you how to finish your border off. Okay, I've done my last stitch of the last row, so I need to go into the chain 2 and put 2 single crochets. Okay, then, if you look right here, you've got your chain, your slip stitch to get your yarn on the project, and right here is your first single crochet. So we're going to go in it, pull a loop through, and then pull it through. That will join it together with a slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to chain 1, pull up a little bit of a loop, get our scissors, clip off our end, and pull our tail through and tighten it up. And that's all we got to do. And that's a border around your full hexagon. Now, here's your half hexagon. So we want to learn how to put a border around that one. It's pretty much the exact same way. So, you start with, of course, your slip knot. Put your hook through, tighten it down. And you can start on either end. Personally, yeah, we'll start on this end. This end will probably be a little bit less confusing. Okay, you got your chain 3 right here, okay? But that counts as a stitch. Because remember, anytime we're working anything in Granny, a chain 3 counts as a stitch. So, we're going to go into the top of our chain 3. and do it just like we did when we started it with the full hexagon. Then we're going to go back and do a single crochet. Okay. Now, you can bring that tail around and work the tail in just like you did with the full hexagon. Okay, I've done enough, so I'm going to drop that tail now. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to let you finish up this right here. Pause your video right here. Finish working all the way around, and I'll show you how to tie it off at the end, because we're not going to slip stitch. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay, I have put one single crochet in every stitch all the way around, except for that very last stitch. Now, in the corners right here, I put 2 single crochets. Don't forget that. Go back and look at it before you cut your yarn off and tie it in and all that. I have to a lot of times. Always double check your work. It's imperative. Okay, so in this last stitch, and like I said, pull your yarn. It's yarn, it'll stretch back. Go ahead and make your last single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1. We're going to come in here and we're going to cut our yarn. Now you can cut a smaller tail if you need to. Personally, I prefer a longer tail because it gives me some actual working yarn to sew it in. Okay, we chained our 1. Now we're just going to pull it through and tighten it down. See? No slip stitch. And that's how you border your half hexagon. Okay. If everything goes okay and we don't have any more packages show up or anything like that, tomorrow's video will be showing how to sew together our hexagons, because we have to put those halves in there so that the side of our blanket is straight. See how I did that? It's very easy. Very easy. Now, the top and the bottom of my blanket is going to be, well, that wave. But I want the sides of it to be straight. Okay. So, like I said, if everything goes okay and we don't get any more packages, tomorrow's video, I just threw my crochet hook in the floor. There we go. Tomorrow's video will be me showing you how to sew together the hexagons. But, like I said in yesterday's video, I am expecting more packages. I believe I'm going to be taking off Tuesday and not putting a video up, because that is my son's birthday. And I do believe I want to spend that day with him. Maybe take him out to eat. I don't know. I know we're going to go to a craft store because he has a crafty part of him. He likes to build things. But anyway, I love the creativity in him. I love it. Me and him have that in common. We're very creative. So, anyway, I guess I will video when I can and post it. Keep working on them hexagons. Keep working on them half hexagons. Keep working on your borders. Because we're going to learn how to sew it together. Alright, I will see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.